So we are doing actually Vaishnava Homa for the Diksha Anushthan. So we're going to chant the Brahma Sangita and also we'll do the Shanti Vacha.
We take the microphone. Use the microphone.
Harihi Om Om Shahana Bhavatu Shahana Bhunantu Saha Vijam Tarvavahai Tejasvi Navadittamastu Mabidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padagam Sada Pashyanti Surayah Divi Vachakshuratatam Tad Viprosha Vipannavo Jadrugam Shashamindate Vishnu Iha Paramam Padam Ishvaraha Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamani Prakarashadma Shukalparisha Laksha Viteshu Dhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shadasham Brahmachevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venun Kanantam Aravinda Talayatasham Varavatam Samachitam Buddhasundarangam Gandharpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chandra Kalasadavanalavansi Ratnam Gadam Pranayaketi Kalabhilasham Shyamam Trimangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasha Shakarendriya Diktimanti Vashanti Panti Kalayanti Jiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sarujjala Vigrasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navajovanamcha Vedeshu Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantha Sukoti Shatavassara Sampragamma Vayo Rata Vimanasha Munipungavana Shapastijasta Pavadachinna Vichinna Tattve Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Eko Vasacham Rachuting Jagadanda Koting Jasta Sriyasti Jagadanda Chaya Jasanta Andam Tarasta Paramanu Jayantarastam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yadbhava Bhavita Diyo Manujasta Kaiva Champrapka Rupa Mahima Sasana Bhusha Shuktai Jameva Nigama Pratikastu Banti Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasha Patibhavitavi Stavi Jareva Nijarupataya Kalavi Goloka Eva Nivasatta Vilatma Bhuta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Dhareshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achinta Gunasarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramadi Murti Shukalani Yamena Tishtan Nana Bhataram Karod Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Shayam Samabhavat Paramapumanya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Jasya Prabha Prabhato Jagadanda Koti कोटिशेषरसुधादिविभूतिभिन्नं तद्ब्रह्मनिष्कलमनन्तमशेषभूतं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। माया हि यस्य जगदण्डशतानि सूते त्रैगुण्यतविषयभेदवितायमान शब्दावलम्बितरशब्दविशुद्धशब्दं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। आनन्दचिन्मया रसतया मनः यम प्राणिनं प्रतिफलं स्मरतामुपेत्त लीलायतेन भुवनानि यत्तजस्रं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। गोलोकनाम्नि कलेशतस्य देवी महेश परिधामश्रुतेषु तेषु ते ते प्रभावनिचया विहिताश्च जेन गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। सृष्टिस्थितिप्रलयसाधनशक्तिरेका छाये वजस्य भुवनानि विभक्ति दुर्गा इच्छानरूपमभजशतेषां गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। क्षीरं जतादधिविकारविशेषयोगात् संजायते नहि तथापि तगस्तु हेतु जशम्भुतामपि कार्यात् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। दीपाचिरे वैदशन्तरमापुपेत्त दीपायतेन विदितहेतु समानधर्म रास्तादिके च विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। जकारुणानवजले भजति स्म योगा निद्रामनन्तर्जगदण्डशरोमकूप आधारशक्तिमवलम्ब्य परांशमूर्तिं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। यस्यैकनिष्ठितकामथावलम्बि लोमो विलज जगजान्तनाथ विष्णुर्महाशयदर्शकलाविशेष गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। भाष्यान यथात्मकलेषु निजेषु तेज जयं जगत्याट प्रकटयति यत्र ब्रह्मादिश जगद्विधानकर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। यत्पादपल्लवयुगं विनिधाय कुम्भ दण्डे प्रणामशमये सगनादिराज विघ्नान् हन्तुमलमश्च जगत्त्रयस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। अग्निर्महीयगणमरुदिशश्च कालास्तदात्ममनशीति जगत्त्रयाणि यद्भावविहन्ति विभवन्ति विशन्ति यञ्च गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। यश्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाण राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेज यस्य गया प्रमतिसंवितकालचक्र गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। धर्म अथ पापयास्तपंक्षि ब्रह्मादिकीटपतगावदयश्च जीव यद्मात्रमिहाव्यवहारप्रकटस्तभाव गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। यस्तिन्द्रियोपमतवेन्द्रमोक्षकर्म बन्धानुरूपफलभाजनमातनेति कर्माणि निर्दहति किन्तु च भक्तिभाजं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। यं क्रोधकामसहजा प्रणयाधिभीति वात्सल्यमोहगुरुगौरवशेभभावै सञ्चिन्ततश्च सदचिन्तनुमापुरेते गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। श्रियकान्ता कान्ता परमा पुरुष कल्पतरो ध्रुमाश्चिनी चिन्तामणि गणमयी त्वममृतं कथा गानं नाट्यं गणमपि प्रियसखी चिदानन्दं ज्योति परमपि तदा शान्तमपि च यत्र शिवापि स्वगतिवश्यचक्षुमान् निमेषकल्पव्रजति नहि यत्रापि समयः
Bhaye Shweta Dipan Tamahamihan Gopomiti Jam Vidantaste Shanta Sita Gala Charakati Paye Ishara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadi Adi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Ishara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadi Adi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Ishara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadi Adi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam.
So Maharaj will speak few things about initiation ceremony, and then after that we'll have fire sacrifice. So please bear with us. Hare Krishna.
Hey, you're enjoying it.
You're enjoying the transcendental bliss.
Of course, the bears are enjoying it. Om Gyan Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Radha Shri Guru Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sarvata Shri Radha Krishna Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopikakanta Radha Namaste Tata Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Harihi Manchalakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We're all participating in an initiation ceremony in which two candidates are being initiated into the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and one candidate is getting initiated into the chanting of the Kyasi Mantra. In the fourth canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Narada Muni explains to the Prachetas as follows. Kim Janmabhes Devir Veha Shloka Savita Yagike Kamavir Vatri Prokte Unsabvi Vipudayusha. The translation is as follows. A civilized human being has three kinds of births. The first birth is by a pure father and mother, and this birth is called birth by semen. The next birth takes place when one is initiated by the spiritual master, and this birth is called Savitra. The third birth, called Yagika, takes place when one is given the opportunity to worship Lord Vishnu. Despite the opportunities for attaining such births, even if one gets the lifespan of a demigod, If one does not actually engage in the service of the Lord, everything is useless. Similarly, one's activities may be mundane or spiritual. They are useless. They are not meant for satisfying the Lord. So this is a very famous verse of the Bhagavatam, in which Narada Muni explains that that a civilized human being has how many births?
3.
The first birth is called Shokra Janma. Shokra Janma. Shokra in Sanskrit means semen. Shokra Janma means birth as a result of umbilical discharge. This birth is common both to human beings and to animals. The second birth is realized when one gets initiated into the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And this birth is called Savitra Janma. And because this is the second birth, at the time of initiation, one gets a spiritual name connected to the Lord and His devotees. The third birth is realized when one gets initiated into the chanting of the Gayatri Mantra, and this is called Yagika Janma. And as a result of this third birth, one becomes eligible to go on the altar, worship the deities, etc. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, this chanting of the holy name is beneficial regardless of how you chant. But if you want to make spiritual advancement, if you want to get maximum benefit from the chanting, then our endeavor should be to chant and avoid the offenses. Bahu janma kara yadi shravana kirtana tabudana bhaya Krishna pade premadhana. Krishnadas Kaviraj says, one may go on chanting the holy names of the Lord, birth after birth, but unless one also avoids the offenses, you will not be able to develop love of God. And we come to this Krishna conscious movement for the purpose of developing love of God. That is the ultimate goal, to develop Krishna Prem. And Krishna Prem can be developed if we chant the holy names without offenses. So there are 10 offenses that we should avoid. These 10 offenses have been enumerated by the great acharyas. And if we conscientiously try, these offenses can be avoided. First offense is to blaspheme devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy names of the Lord. This offense is also called Vaishnava. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains to Sanatana Goswami that just like a beautiful garden can get spoiled if a mad elephant is allowed to come in, similarly the gains of chanting the holy name get ruined by committing Vaishnava Prana. So Vaishnava Prana should be avoided, but this doesn't mean that if you have some constructive suggestion to make, if you see some discrepancy, you should not point it out under the fear, oh, this was Vaishnava Prana. Vaishnava Prana is offenses we commit, instigated by envy, jealousy, etc. And when, like if somebody thinks, oh, this devotee is getting so much honor, so that we spread some rumors against him. Then that's different. So the Vaishnava Prana should be avoided. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave a nice example. Sachi Mata is the mother of the Supreme Lord. But Lord Chaitanya was not happy that this mother has had some grievances against Advaita Acharya. What was her grievance? Her oldest son left home, and she thought that Advaita Acharya has also influenced my younger son to take sannyas. So devotees would often tell Mahaprabhu, you are merciful upon everyone, why not merciful upon your mother? And the Lord would say, my mother has offended. But then when the Lord saw that when Advaita Acharya was offering obeisances, and Sachimanda went and took the dust from his feet, he was relieved, he was happy. So the Lord was giving us an example. It doesn't matter, even if you are an exalted devotee, one should avoid Vaishnava Prad. The next is to consider the names of demigods to be equal to or independent of the holy names of Lord Vishnu. Then the scriptures establish there is one Supreme Lord who is the cause of all causes and the source of everything material and spiritual. We just heard the recitation of the Brahma Samhita, in which Lord Brahma clearly establishes Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Nadi Govinda, Sarva Karnaka. There are many controllers, Ishvara means controller, but there is only one supreme controller. We are brought up in the environment when we are led to believe all gods are one. But when you come to Krishna consciousness, you hear, oh, Krishna is supreme and the others are subordinate. So we must have full faith that Krishna is the supreme. And just like when you pour water on the root of the tree, all the branches get nourished. If we sincerely serve Krishna, the Supreme Lord, all our obligations towards the different demigods are also being executed. This firm belief must be there. So we should not think that the demigods are equal to the Lord or independent of the Lord. But what are they? Subordinate to the Lord. In the 10th canto you read how Brahma, Shiva, Indra, the predominating demigods, they accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord. The third is to disobey the instructions of the spiritual master or to consider him to be an ordinary person. The scriptures recommend that if you want to make spiritual advancement, one should take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on this point explained as follows. First step, accept shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. Second, serve him. Third, get initiated. Fourth, inquire, what do I have to give up? What do I have to adjust so that I can make spiritual advancement? And then, whatever has to be done, do it. But be determined to pursue spiritual progress. So, the business of the spiritual master is to guide the disciple on the path of perfection. And this guidance is to be given on the basis of knowledge explained by our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada in his lectures, writings, books, etc. So one must have complete faith in the instruction I'm getting through the spiritual master. And this instruction must be consistent with the instruction of the previous acharyas, is for my upliftment. So to think that to disobey the instruction of the spiritual master or consider him an ordinary person. The spiritual master is no magician. The spiritual master is simply a spiritual postman who brings to you the message that is coming down to the parampara. And in our ISKCON society is very unique. In most organizations, you see one guru who is the mahant and the leader of everything. But in our society, which is spread to every corner of the globe, we have a governing body commission that oversees the running of the society, and we have several senior Vaishnavas playing the role of spiritual master, several senior Vaishnavas who may not be initiating but are guiding devotees acting as the Siksha Gurus. So they should all be respected. The one who gives you Siksha, the one who helps you progress on the spiritual path, he also should be respected. It's not that you give all your respect to the initiating Guru and you're disrespectful to the others. Now the desire of the spiritual master is to see the disciple make spiritual advancement. And the proof of spiritual advancement is we're getting attached to the holy name, we're getting attached to the philosophy, we're getting attached to associate with devotees, we're getting attached to the mood to serve, and we're cultivating the mood of humility. Pride has no place on the spiritual path. If one is proud or influenced by pride, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not pleased. Lord Chaitanya, in giving the 6 principles of Sharanagati, is listed humility as the 6th and important quality. So, one should have faith that his instructions are for my betterment. Lord Chaitanya, when he met the Mayavadi sannyasis, and they said, "You are such a prominent Sanskrit scholar. Why don't you sit down with us and study the Vedanta? What is this, like a madman you're chanting?" What did the Lord say? "My spiritual master considered me to be a fool." He said, "This is all you're capable of, chant Hare Krishna." So Lord Chaitanya revealed to us his humble position. So one should, with faith and reverence, carry out the instructions of the spiritual master, which are all meant for our spiritual betterment. So therefore, with faith, one should follow the instructions of the spiritual master. And the spiritual master's only desire is to see the disciple make spiritual advancement. Sometimes devotees think, "Oh, I've been a devotee for so long, I don't need guidance, I know what's best." Prabhupada used to say, but there's a Bengali saying, it says, "A galloping horse cannot eat grass off the ground." So the point is, the one thinks that, "Oh, I don't need any instructions, I know what it is," then that will be his position. He will be like a galloping horse, that cannot eat grass off the ground. Then the next is to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic worship. The Vedic literature is eternal knowledge. To say that the Vedic literature has no relevance in today's society is a great offense. Vedic scriptures are also known as Sanatana Dharma. This is the eternal message for the benefit of entire humanity. So for us to say, "Oh, this Vedic literature is sectarian, it's only for people of one community, one country," no. This is for entire humanity. And therefore, with faith, we should accept the conclusion of the Vedic scriptures. And if we, with faith, accept the conclusion, then that will be perfection. So we should not at any point think the Vedic scriptures are outdated, they're not relevant to today's environment. They are as relevant today as they were 5,000 years ago. And we should also understand this is not mythology or imagination. Some Western scholars came to India, studied Sanskrit, started translating the Vedic text, and they started advertising. But this is all mythology, it's a myth. It's no such thing as, a few years ago, There was a prominent politician in South India who said, what proof do we have that Ram and Krishna ever existed? So that is unfortunate. So we must have full faith. We should not blaspheme Vedic literature, and we should not think that the Vedic literature is limited by space and time. The next is to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. The glories of chanting Hare Krishna is not an imagination. In this Kali Yuga, Kali Kali Nama Rupa Krishna Avatar, all that you need is the holy name. And this is not an exaggeration. The holy name alone can deliver you from the cycle of birth and death. The Lord incarnates in His holy name. And the Lord has made it very easy for us to practice self-realization. So therefore, we should not think the glories of the Lord is an exaggeration. Publicly I'll chant 16 rounds, etc. Privately I'll chant some other mantras. So that we go, etc. That should not be our mentality. If we have more time, we can chant more than 60 rounds. As I've often explained, Prabhupada wanted us initially to chant 64 rounds. But when he saw that devotees couldn't do it, then he reduced it to 16. So Prabhupada was the founder Acharya, is the founder Acharya of this movement. Whatever standards he wanted to establish for the next 7,000 years, he has already done so. So our approach should be, we just follow that path and we don't make any adjustments. And that is perfection. Next is to give some interpretation to the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. There is no need to give any interpretation. His holy name is nothing but an appeal to the Lord, a cry to the Lord. What? Please may I be engaged in devotional service. So, it is very simple. That is our prayer. Please may I be engaged in devotional service. Next is to consider sins on the strength of chanting. Prabhupada is explained, this is the most serious of all offenses. What does this really mean? I'm thinking now, I got initiated on the most auspicious Atlanta temple in presence of Gauritai, Radha Madhamohan, Jagannath Subhadra. The deities are watching us, huh? Don't think this. Maybe keep the doors open. So, the deities are watching. So I got initiated in the presence of the deities. So now, even if I'm chanting 16 rounds every day, say if I commit some sins, even if I commit some offenses, Krishna is going to definitely pardon me. No. We should not commit intentionally wrong acts. We should not commit sins on the strength of chanting. If accidentally we commit a mistake, or we commit an offense, Krishna will rectify it. But we should not think, now I'm Brahmin initiated, now even if I criticize that person, do this to that person, Krishna is going to protect me. That's wrong. The devotee's mentality is, now no more sinning. Prabhupada was once initiating a devotee who had a very heavy background. And Prabhupada, when he was handing him his beads, he said, now no more sinning. So that should be our mentality. No more sinning. We are taking initiation means taking responsibility to chant minimum 16 rounds a day, follow 4 regular principles, no meat, fish and eggs, no intoxication, no illicit sex life, no gambling. And one is a householder, one lives according to religious principles as explained in the scriptures. So by following these 4 regular principles in chanting, these 4 regular principles, when you follow them, they become the pillars of spiritual success. And when you don't follow them, they become the pillars of simple life. So, these rules and regulations are there for a purpose, and the purpose is to help us attain purity. So, we should not commit sins on the strength of the chanting. Ajamil was in a very degraded position, and he was already attached to his youngest son, whose name was Narayana. And at the moment of death, when the Yamadutas were coming to take him to hell for punishment, Ajamil, when he saw those fearful looking individuals, he was desperate, and in deep emotion, he cried out for his youngest son, Narayan. And as he uttered the word Narayan, the aegis Lord Vishnu came and protected him. Now Ajamil was saved because he was unconsciously chanting the holy names of the Lord all the time, because he was addressing his son and calling him Narayan. Come here, Narayan, do this, do that, 1,000 times a day. But Ajamil was not chanting the names of Narayan with the intention of counteracting the sins that he was committing. So we should avoid committing sins on the strength of chanting. This chanting of Hare Krishna mantra should not be considered to be some auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as karma kanda. What is karma kanda? Business transaction with the Lord. My dear Lord, I'll give this offering, I'll give this much donation, but in exchange, I want this, I want this. So, this chanting of the holy name is not some type of, is not meant so that we do some type of transaction to the Lord. This chanting of the holy name is a prayer to the Lord. Please engage me in devotional service. Please engage me in devotional service. Next is to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the Lord. On the one hand, we have the Lord saying, Jare dakho tahe kaho. Wherever you see, please instruct him about Krishna. On the other hand, we see the Lord is saying, don't preach the message to the faithless. So how do you reconcile the two? So the answer is very simple. We can tell everyone to chant Hare Krishna, just like it doesn't matter in which part of the globe you're traveling. If you meet someone and he wants to know your name, you give him. You tell him, this is my name. But you don't tell him, this is my home phone number, this is my email, this is my bank account. You may tell him that after he's developed some level of confidence and friendship with you. So we can tell everyone to chant Hare Krishna. We go on Harinam, we chant publicly, we go on Harinam, we invite everyone else to chant. But the deep meaning of the holy name may be revealed after one has developed an element of faith in the holy name. So the holy name can be chanted by everyone and get taught to everyone about the holy name. The deep meaning may be explained after the person has developed some element of faith in the holy name. Then the next is to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to still maintain material attachments. When you come to Krishna consciousness, you begin to hear Maya, Maya, Maya. In every lecture. Maya is bad, devotional service is good. Now then if you probe further, what does Maya mean? How does Maya manifest itself? Through what door does Maya come? Krishna says in the Gita, lust, anger and greed are three highways leading you to hell. But then Maya comes through different material attachments. I'm attached to this activity, I'm attached to this person, I'm attached to this body, I'm attached to movies, I'm attached to this. So then we understand, if you want to get attached to Krishna, then you have to minimize and eventually abandon your material attachment. But how to do that? To give up material attachment is not an easy task. Krishna himself says in the Bhagavad Gita, Devesha gunamaya mama maya surataya. To overcome the illusory energy is very difficult. But then Krishna goes on to say, but if you surrender to me, then you can overcome this influence. So what does surrender to me mean? It means you follow Krishna's instructions, which are chant the holy name, read Bhagavad Gita, associate with devotees, etc. So we've come to spiritual life. Coming to spiritual life means declaring war. Oh, you ready for that? Waging war against whom? Who?
Maya.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. Waging war against Maya. Declaring war. Just like these countries, they declare war. So we declare war against Maya. And our weapon is chanting the holy name, studying the scriptures, associating with devotees, etc. But if we've come to spiritual life, I've got initiated, I got second initiated, but still I have the same attachments. I have to watch movies, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that. Then that is a great offense. Then you're not going to get the gains of chanting the holy name. Then not going to get full benefit. Then this 10th offense has a second aspect to it, and that is to be inattentive while chanting. Chanting, as you've heard many times, is beneficial whether you chant with offenses or without. Doesn't matter how you chant, this chanting is beneficial. Prabhupada said if a drunkard says, oh, the taste of this liquor is Krishna, he also benefits. The holy name is so powerful. When you go on Harinam and someone comes and says, look at these crazy Hare Krishna, they're making no Hare Krishna. They benefit. At least they uttered Hare Krishna. But if you want to make spiritual advancement, then we have to go to a higher standard. So we should, how do we chant the holy name? We should chant attentively. What does this mean? Many times devotees say, oh, I can't, my mind keeps wandering when I chant. So attentive chanting eventually means that you chant with full concentration. But to begin with, attentive chanting could mean, at least when you sit down to chant your rounds, just chant and don't do any other activity at the same time. If your mind is wandering, don't worry. But make sure that you're only doing one activity, and that is chanting. When you sit down to eat your lunch or dinner or breakfast, do you like if you're eating and doing 20 things at the same time? You're eating and somebody is phoning you, and at the same time somebody wants to talk to you, then what do you say? We say usually, let me eat in peace, isn't it? Come back later. You phone people, they'll tell you, sir is eating, come call later, isn't it? But nobody likes to be disturbed by eating. So similarly our philosophy should be, when I'm sitting down to chant my 16 rounds, I just want to chant and I don't want to indulge in any other activity. It's not that I'm chanting, answering cell phones, reading the papers, doing this, doing that, doing 10 jobs at the same time. Chanting is an incarnation of Godhead. So when you chant the holy names, you're associating with Him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we should try to chant attentively. That is, when you sit down to do your japa, just do this one activity, and you will find if your japa is good quality, it will help you to eliminate Maya. So there are 10 offenses. In addition, devotees who are serious about spiritual advancement should also regularly read Prabhupada's books. Prabhupada, as you know, labored hard to translate these books. And Prabhupada wanted these books to be read and distributed. So we should also make a point to read these books. These books contain transcendental wisdom. And by reading these books, we can make our intelligence sharper. So, plus, those of you who live at home should have sadhana bhakti. Just like in our temples they have a certain schedule, etc. So, why is the schedule there? So that by following this spiritual discipline, it helps us to make spiritual progress. It helps us to control the trouble of the mind, etc. So similarly, if we chant the holy name attentively, then that will help us to cleanse the heart. Sometimes devotees say, I'm chanting for so long, but my material attachments are still there. What's the cause? There are two causes. One is we're still committing Vaishnava Prana, and two is we're not chanting attentively. So attentive chanting is very important. Not that you're driving to work and you're chanting at the same time. Of course we should chant all the time. But your rounds that you are counting towards your quota, that should be chanted attentively. And if you chant avoiding offenses, that will help us to make spiritual advancement. Then we also have a candidate taking initiation into chanting of the Gayatri Mantra. This Gayatri Mantra is normally awarded after one has passed Bhakti Shastra exam, if one is educated, and one has chanted the holy name for a period of time, and at the same time one has just paid proper understanding of the philosophy, and at the same time one has proper Vaishnava etiquette. And in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains the qualities of a Brahmana. One becomes a Brahman not on the basis of birth, but on the basis of guna. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was the first great acharya who established that one becomes a Brahmana on the basis of karma and not birth. There are people in India who hold the view, Brahmins by birth. Some people said, Bhakti Swami has spoiled our culture. He made militias into Brahmanas. One becomes a Brahmana on the basis of guna. Chaturvarna Maya Shishna, guna karma vivaha katha. So one who is initiated into Brahmanika, or taking initiation, or desirous of getting initiated, must have proper understanding of the philosophy. And in the 18th chapter of the Gita, Krishna explained the qualities of a Brahmana. In this very famous verse, Krishna says, Samo damo taposa sojam shadi rajo mevacha jnanam vijnanam astikam brahma karma svara. A devotee, a Brahmin, must be peaceful. Not that you're always agitated. And how can you be peaceful? If you're single-pointed in your meditation, if you're single-pointed in pleasing Krishna, then your mind will always be peaceful. Then Dhammo, self-control. What is the difference between human life and animal life? In human life, you have the opportunity to exercise self-control. So, Brahmani must also have control over our mind and senses. Tapo means austerity. Austerity is the wealth of a Brahmana. Just like in the material condition, people decorate themselves with ornaments and jewelry. So a devotee decorates himself with what? Transcendental qualities. And one of the characteristics of a devotee is that he practices austerity. Especially if you're a Brahmana, you must practice austerity. Austerity means we voluntarily accept some inconvenience for a higher purpose. The strength to practice austerity comes from the Supreme Lord. Then, purity. Prabhupada often said, purity is the
Force.
So purity is the force. Not that I'm a Brahmin and I have still all my material desires, etc. Brahmin must mean that he has control over his mind and senses. Brahmin must mean that I'm seriously pursuing the path of self-realization. Then there must be tolerance. Brahmana should be tolerant. Or Chaitanya has said, Chinadapi Surichena, Rorapi Sashi. If you want to chant the holy names of the Lord all the time, then please cultivate the mood of humility. So Brahmana must have transcendental knowledge and he must practice this philosophy, and then he'll be able to give up what is undesirable for spiritual development. So Brahmanas must have guna, and on the basis of guna, one becomes a Brahmana. Once you become a Brahmana, you become eligible to cook for the deities, dress the deities, etc. Sometimes people say, what about dancing for the deities? Everybody can dance. You don't need a Brahminical degree to be eligible to dance. So the deities are happy we serve them in any capacity. But the Brahmana who has received Brahminical initiation must also engage in deity worship. So Brahman one becomes by guna. Krishna has made this very clear. It is important to know this because as you preach, you will meet somebody who say, oh, I'm a Brahmin. How can you be a Brahmin? I become a Brahmin on the basis of qualification. Today we see people who are born in vulnerable families are leading a degraded life. So they cannot be considered to be Brahmins. So Bhaktisiddhanta was the first great acharya who publicly preached that one becomes a Brahmin on the basis of guna and not karma. Once Thakur Bhaktivinoda Thakur was invited to give a lecture at a Brahminical organization in Calcutta. So Bhaktisiddhanta went because Bhaktivinoda wasn't feeling well. And Bhaktisiddhanta was a great scholar. He started his lecture by first praising the need for Brahmanas in society. After establishing the need for Brahmanas in society, he explained point by point how one becomes a Brahman, and that is on the basis of guna. This they didn't like. So one becomes a Brahmana on the basis of guna. Prabhupada once asked if he could do anything, any magic. Prabhupada said, no, I can't do any magic. But one magic I've done. So the journalist was curious about. I have converted thousands of lectures to Brahmanas. Lecture means one who indulges in sinful activities. And Brahmana means one who is engrossed in spiritual activities. So we should become genuine Brahmins, and genuine Brahmin must be exemplary for others. So we hope that the candidates who are accepting initiation today will take their responsibility very seriously. If we are serious about practicing Krishna consciousness, then Krishna will help us. Prabhupada often said, you take one step towards Krishna, and Krishna will take how many steps?
10 steps.
The Krishna wants to reclaim all of us. Therefore he is guiding us again and again what is good, what is bad. So we hope that the candidates taking initiation today will take their spiritual responsibility seriously, and they'll be determined to stay on the spiritual path and give this message to the others. Spiritual society is suffering due to lack of Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada used to say, Bhaktisiddhanta used to say, If at all that there is a shortage of anything on the planet, it is just this knowledge of love of God. So that's what we have to do. We have to preach the glories of the Lord so that people become aware and attracted to the message of God. So we hope that the candidates participating in the yajna today will take their vows very seriously, and we hope that they will be determined to pursue the spiritual path so that they can eventually achieve the goal of life, which is how many of you want to attain Krishna Prem? So this is the path. Hear it attentively, Shravanam and Kirtanam. Shravanam and Kirtanam are most important activities. Whether you're a newcomer or oldcomer, you can't give it up. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Yajna Dana Tapasya. These cannot be given up. Even the self-realized cannot give it up. So the point is that we should engage in service. If we sincerely endeavor, Krishna will help. And Krishna